my channel. It's your girl Bisola, and it's another episode of Random Talks with Bisola. Welcome. Hi. My voice is a bit somehow, like I think it's sounding somehow. Usually my voice sounds sweeter and nicer and calmer than this, but over the weekend I've gone to groove and yeah, it's just actually recuperating, so please pardon me. I know you guys know that I sound sweeter, and you can watch my other videos as an evidence that I actually always sound like cute. My name is Lydia Bisola, and I always talk about faith, lifestyle, relationship, academics, and everything in between, really. Yeah, if this is your first time here, you're welcome. Please hit the subscribe button while you're here, and if you're a returning subscriber, this case is for you. I love you so much. Thank you for coming back. So today's video is going to be real quick. I'm just going to do a document checklist for your UK uni. So if you are planning on applying to a university in the UK, I've done the first video on that, on your easy first steps to applying, so do well to check it out. But this is just really your document checklist for you to be sure that you have all the documents required to apply for your postgrad, really, right? So yeah, let's jump right into what this video is about before it gets super long. All right guys, so the very first thing I'll say you need your academic transcript for your bachelor's degree. So you're gonna need it regardless of the course you studied and the course you're about to study. Usually some universities will allow you to scan your personal copy. If you do have one, you can scan and send to them. Some of them would accept that, however some universities would not accept that, and they would expect you to get your school to send it to them, and I think that usually requires paying extra for it to be delivered to them and stuff like that. So either ways, you need to find out how they intend on receiving this. If they're able to accept your personal copy, I think that's grand and you are just good to go. So if you do have your personal copy, just scan and send it. But if you do not, then you need to now start processing and how to get it. So I was able to use my personal copy. That's it. And then another thing you're going to need is your certificate of graduation, and that's your BS certificate or your degree certificate. So you're going to need that to apply. Usually some universities will allow you to scan the copy. Some universities will allow you to scan it and send it to them if you do have it with you, while some will ask you that even though you are scanned and sent to them, you still need to present it on your arrival in the UK. So you also need to find out what your university requires in terms of that. Mine didn't actually require that I bring the physical copy to them, which was grand. I just scanned the document and sent it to them, so that was good, right? Yeah, so another document you're going to require is your certificate of English proficiency. Now, depending on what the university is accepting as your English proficiency test or your English proficiency exam, you're going to need to present a proof, of course, to them. So like I mentioned in the initial video, some universities take IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, whatever it is that they are accepting, you need to show them that certificate. You're going to need to show them a valid copy of your certificate of English proficiency. Now, if they are accepting your WAEC English, which I mentioned in the initial video, you're going to need to send them your WAEC certificate, the original copy. And yeah, that's that for the English test. If it's TOEFL, you send them the certificate. Just make sure that you have that at hand. You're going to need it. The next document you need is your personal. You're going to need to write a personal statement. More often than not, almost every university requires you to write a personal statement. I'm not even joking. I wrote more than 5 personal statements because I was applying to plenty schools, guys. I was applying for quite different courses. Like some courses I felt like, okay, I could do this course, I could do this course. So my personal statement was different. Now I'm going to talk a bit more about personal statements at this point. Your personal statement is basically telling the university why you want to study that course, what has caught your interest about that course, and why you have decided that it is their university you want to study it in. So your personal statement is tailored to your interest, your background. It's basically like a convincing statement. Now I'm going to say that it is very important that you find out what your university requires for their personal statement. Now generally your personal statement should include your recent academic study, and if you are like me who your BSc degree is not really related, in fact it's not related at all to what you want to study. Now you need to find a connection. For me, I studied international law and diplomacy as my first degree, and then when I was coming for my master's degree, I decided I wanted to do HR, and which is very quite different, like very apart. So I needed to find the connecting link. So I was able to link my personal statement. I was able to link it with courses that I did during international law and diplomacy that were related to HR, because we took some management courses. I did CRM and all of those stuff. So I was able to link those courses to the reason for my interest, and then other side courses that I've done, and then the job experiences that I've had that has, that's heightened my interest in deciding to study that course. So basically, your personal statement is where you're convincing them that you know about this course, or you have a background knowledge about what you want to study and you were interested in studying it and all those kind of stuff. So really, it's not a big deal, don't overthink it, it's just write as it flows, right? That's on the personal statements. The next document you're going to need is references from 2 people, which is usually academic reference, or if you are just leaving a job, if you've been recently employed, then you can have 1 academic reference and then 1 employment reference. I know that getting this specific or tailored references might not actually be easy, because I'm just imagining if you're applying to 5 universities, you need to get 5 different references. I mean, if it has to be the same person, you definitely know that would wear them out and probably be tired of giving you 5 different references, right? So that might be a bit of issue. And I know that there's the general one that usually your school or your department is able to give you a general one that just be like, oh, to whom it may concern, this person is this and that and that and that. At this point where you are actually thinking of reference letter referencing, try and have your options to like 2 or 3. I mean, you can get like 3 people to give you reference. I think that that's still okay. And because for most universities you're going to need 2 references, like the list is 2. Okay, so another thing about the reference letter is that sometimes some universities will just prefer you to give them the details of your referees, and then they will send them a document for them to fill up. And yeah, so because they have their own specific format. However, some of them would permit you to get it on your university letterhead and just kind of send to them. But whichever the case as well, always do well to research on what the university requires. It's actually very important. Now, the last document that I would say that you need is your passport. You actually need your international passport to complete your application on most instances. So I'm just going to run through what I've mentioned earlier. You're going to need your academic transcripts. You're going to need your certificate of graduation for whatever degree, that is your recent degree. You're going to need your reference letter. You're going to need a personal statement. You're going to need your certificate of English proficiency. You're going to need your passport. So I think I mentioned 6 documents that you're going to need, and you can do well to just get this ready or handy while you start your application, or before you start your application as well, so that it makes it faster when you're applying. Yeah, so I hope that this is as helpful as it should be, and I hope that if you've got any questions, you can just put it in the comment section, or if you got concerns, you can ask me questions and I'll do my best to help you. And yeah, that's the end of this vlog. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for staying till this time. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now, like and share this video with your friends. You just don't know who you might actually be helping by sharing this video to them, okay? So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.